In this video, I'm going to tell you about the different materials that are included in your distance learning packet that was available for pickup at Brown yesterday and today. And I'm going to go through in this specific video the reading activities. So all of these worksheets support Fundations, the Kindergarten Fundations Unit 2, which is also the videos that I've been posting of lessons. So the first thing that's included is this correct letters. So on the first 2 pages, you're going to look at the letters and you're going to have your students circle all of the letters that are written correctly. You want to make sure that you circle the uppercase and the lowercase letters. So for example, this first one here is written correctly. It's formed properly and it's touching the right lines. This uppercase A is also formed properly and it is touching the right lines. However, this one is incorrect. While it is a proper A, it is not touching the correct lines, so it is not written correctly. So these first 2 pages, you are going to circle all of the letters that are written correctly. On the last page, I suggest that you use this as handwriting practice. And you can have your student write all of the letters, the uppercase and lowercase letters. If your student is unable to write letters by themselves at this time, feel free to write the letters yourself, either using a highlighter or a light colored marker such as yellow or orange, and then having them trace over it with a pen or pencil or darker marker. The next thing that's included in this packet is a short vowel sort. There's a few different activities included in this. I suggest skipping this first one that asks students to sort by 5 different sounds in the beginning, and instead starting with the sorts that ask them to sort 2 different sounds. So the first 2-letter sound, sort, is words that have the eh sound and words that have the I sound. So these are our short E and short I words. First, I would go through all of these with my student and I would name them. So this is fin. This is jet. This is 6, and so forth. I would first ask your students if they can tell you what these pictures are, and if they cannot tell you, then you tell them and have them repeat the word after you. There is also an answer key here. So after you go through and you name all of these pictures, you would cut them and then you would sort. Are they words that have the short E sound, like ed, or are they words that have the short I sound, like itch? Then you could do the next part, which is O and U. Again, name all of these pictures, cut and sort them. Do they have the short O sound or the short U sound? After you've done these two sound sorts, you can then circle back and do the sort that includes all 5 vowels. Again, naming the pictures. And yes, there we go. Naming all the pictures and then sorting them by which short vowel sound you guys hear. You can then review all of these pictures and vowels and words by going through and saying, these are all the words that have the sound ah, like apple. And then you say it and your student repeats it after you. The next thing is extra practice worksheets. So these worksheets go through a variety of letter sound activities. So in the beginning, you are looking for the beginning sound of each picture. So you want to ask your student, what's this? Hopefully they tell you it's a banana. If not, you tell them it's a banana and have them tell you banana. Then have your student write the sound, the letter that makes the beginning sound in that word. So banana starts with B and B says B. So on this line, you would write an uppercase and a lowercase b. Same modifications as before. If your student cannot write the letters themselves, you can write them with a highlighter and then have them trace. And the first few pages go through these beginning sounds. The next few pages, we have to look at a picture and figure out what it's a picture of and then find the letters to spell that word. So sometimes they're a little tricky and you have to look at what you have. So this one is men. So using your tap it out, I would say, this is men. Let's tap it out. Eh, men. And then I would look at these sounds that are available to us. What's that first sound in men? Men starts with and have them circle. And I would go through each sound like that, and then at the end have them write the word or trace the word. And keep scrolling. There's a bunch of these. And then we get to vowel sounds. So again, start with having your student tell you, what's this a picture of? If they cannot tell you, I would then say, this is a bag. Your turn, say bag, and prompt them to say bag. Then you can still use your fingers and you can tap it out. B-a-g, bag. So that middle sound, b-a, which vowel says ah? A says ah. And in this line, you would write the A, and then you would have the student write the entire word over here. Again, same as before, if your student cannot write by themselves, you can write with a highlighter and have them trace. Then we want to sound out. So this time we start with the whole word and we're going to drag it out instead of starting with the sounds and putting them together for the word. So for the first example, the word is dot. So you can use your fingers and you can say d-a-t, dot. And then you would have them write the letters. And then if you want, you can have them draw a picture, or you can draw a picture and they can color it in, or you can just leave this column blank, or you could have them write the word again. And that is how you would do these next few. These last ones at the end are kind of tricky. So feel free to give it a shot, but everybody might need a little help with it. So this is talking about alphabetical order. And what you want to do is read the letters, or you could sing them like the ABCs, and then ask your student, is that how the alphabet goes? Is that correct? Yes or no? Again, this is a skill that we haven't done much work on in the classroom, so they might need some help with it. And then the last few pages are the answer key. So in case anything's were confusing, sometimes these pictures are really hard to figure out what the actual keyword they're looking for is. All of the answers are down here at the bottom if you need help with that. The next thing is vowel reading. So vowel reading and also the next activity in here, the verb vocabulary, are very similar. So this one just has pages with lists of vowels of words that are sorted by vowel. I would start by having your student read a few words at a time, and you can use your tap it out. So the first word is sad. S-a-d, sad. Again, I would only have them do a few words at a time because we want to avoid frustration and we want to make sure that they're willing to come back and do some more work later. After you have read all of the words, you could then cut them up and use them as flashcards. Again, going through a few quickly at a time, but not too many. Ways you could also make this a little bit more challenging is you could take a few short A words and a few short E words and have them sort them by the vowel sound. Or you could go through and you could pick out some that have the same beginning or ending sound, and you could sort by beginning or ending sound as well. So there's a lot of ways to use this, and it's the same thing with the verb vocab cards. In that you could read a few, then cut them. You could sort them by medial sound, beginning sound, or ending sound. And there's plenty of these. So that's all of the foundation support materials that are in this packet. Again, everything in this packet, I would just do a little bit at a time. There's no rush. Take your time. I just want to make sure that everybody has extra practice to keep working on all those skills we've been working on in the classroom. If you have any questions, I'm always here for you. Have fun learning together.